everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the pregnancy update of week 27 and week 28. So if you want to see what happened to me and baby during those 2 weeks, then just keep watching. So week 27 was a good and a bit of a funny one. Let's talk positives first. Positives were that we went to the local pantomime and just getting festive and getting in the mood for Christmas, and it was really lovely. Baby was moving a lot. Like, the movements have really amped up this week. A lot, like vigorous movements as such. It's really funny. And they're quite high, they're all in like the upper part of the tummy, but it's really nice to feel that connection with baby. And also, like during the pantomime, if people laughed aloud or songs were sung, the baby would respond, which was really, really lovely. So that's really nice, the movements are amazing. Another good thing about this week was that we picked out our nursery paint. So we are having our spare room as the baby's room, and we decided to pick out the colour that was going to go on the walls. We're going to have one wall, one colour, and the rest of the walls plain. I won't reveal the colour, as we'll do like a nursery tour once it's done. But it's not your standard gender neutral colour as such, I suppose. It's a little bit out there, but I just wanted to do something a bit different, and that was really exciting. It just like got things super going for me. Just really, really excited that's what we're planning now. We're planning the baby's nursery. We're getting it ready, which is amazing. The only thing is, when we were actually out picking the paint, I just didn't feel right at all. That's how I'm going to describe this week, starting off with the lower points, is the fact that I just haven't felt 100%. I haven't necessarily felt unwell, I just haven't felt great. I've just been quite tired again lately, and my lack of sleep is driving me crazy. I'm up a fair few times in the night now, not to go to the toilet, but just disturbances and being uncomfortable. So that's not ideal. And I've just had a few days where I've just felt a bit off, just not 100%, a little bit, not low, but just not myself, like just not myself at all. And also just feeling a little bit nauseous here and there again. But again, nothing too bad, nothing too crazy, which is amazing. So that's all good. And another thing is, I must be really difficult to live with at the moment, because my hormones are just like up and down. Like 1 minute I'm absolutely fine, and then I'm a bit snappy and a bit restless and a bit just, not argumentative, but like irritable, like really easily. So I'm blaming it all on the hormones. Whether Dan will say different, I do not know. But yeah, it's just not a nice feeling when you know you're being a bit of a grump and you can't really help it and you carry on anyway, sort of thing. But yeah, so week 27 was really good, like really positive with like progression, and the movements were amazing. But also at the same time, a few lows, which is fine. But I'll read to you about baby, and I will flash up week 27 bump. Baby's head is now over 7 centimeters in diameter, with hair growing every day, eyebrows and eyelashes grow. By now, your baby's heart rate will have slowed to around 140 beats per minute. This is still considerably faster than your own heart rate. Your baby's brain, lungs and digestive system are formed but not fully mature. They'll spend the rest of your pregnancy developing so that they work properly when your baby is born. So that is very exciting. So week 28, hello third trimester. Where the hell did that come from? 28 weeks, like third trimester, final stretch. This is insane. Like, it literally blows my mind. And I'll tell you what, I feel it. I feel it. A lot of aches and pains this week. With the build up to Christmas, my work schedule is crazy. Also, we're beginning to slow down from maternity and stuff like that. The work is just gone through the roof. So I am now very much feeling a lot of lower back pain, and my feet are really aching. It just tends to be like when I do my long days of being on my feet all day, I get the aches in my back and my feet really start to ache. But It's nothing crazy. I just like to add a bit of heat or like hot water bottle, or I get down to rub my back, and then I just try and elevate my feet as much as possible when I can. And I've also started to take more breaks in between my work to rest my legs and my feet a little bit, just because carrying this weight around takes its toll. Put it that way, it takes its toll. I've also started to think this week that baby has turned head down. I don't think the midwives can tell me just yet, but I do think that baby is head down, because I'm getting a lot of movements all up high and like in my ribs, like quite uncomfortable, where you want to like push them out a little bit, and not as much movement down low, although I feel a lot of pressure down low now. So that's what's making me think maybe it's head down. Got a lot of movements going on here, lots of feet kicking. So that is really exciting, and I will confirm in my next few pregnancy updates if baby has turned. I'm hoping it has, because that is amazing if it has. It's in the right position for birth. If it's not breech, obviously I'm not too sure. Yeah, we'll find out and I will let you know, but I definitely think that baby is on the turn, which is so exciting. Very nerve-wracking, but also very, very exciting. I also had a midwife appointment this week, and it was a bit of a nightmare, I'm not gonna lie. I had to have bloods taken again, so they do a general check of your bloods later on in your pregnancy, and I just have really rubbish veins. Like, you literally can't even see my veins very well. So she took one look at my arm and was like, not gonna get, oh, little kick then, not gonna get much out of there. So then she tried to go in from my hand, and that was really painful. Like, taking blood from your hand hurts anyway, because I think it's quite thin, but then she couldn't really get anything from there. It was like dripping out. So then she had to go back into my arm. It was just a palaver. I was getting hot, I was getting a bit like anxious, and then I found the next day after that, well actually during that day, because it was a morning appointment, there wasn't much movement from baby, and I got a bit worried. But I think that's just where my anxiety was all over the place, and I've been quite stressed, and I think it kind of taken its toll on baby. But since then, baby's been moving fine again. Really found the routine with it now, which is why I was a little bit like, oh, like, why isn't it moved? So yeah, so it wasn't the best midwife experience in regards of blood, but I was measured again, and I was measuring 28 weeks, so I'm no longer measuring ahead. I am measuring as I should be, so whatever. Whatever. Also, during the midwife appointment, my midwife told me to book my hospital tour, which is terrifying, but we're going to do that, and also to book in my antenatal classes, which I have done for early January. So shit is getting real, and it's insane, and it's very exciting. And also, really random, but my line has now started to appear. You'll probably be able to see it in the pictures, but I've started to get the prominent line from the belly button up on my tummy now through pigment, and it's amazing what the body does. It is amazing. I got told that basically your nipples go darker and you get this prominent line that goes darker with pigment. So because when babies are born, they can only see so far, and I think they can only see black and white. So as you're holding them down here, the line draws their eye line up to their feeding source, which is obviously your boob. So they just follow the colour as such. It's incredible. Blows my mind. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, it's just been one of those weeks where I've really felt the third trimester. I know some people like eat a lot more in the third, I think, but for me, my appetite's gone the other way. It's not that my appetite's gone, it's that I physically cannot eat that much anymore, because I feel like I'm so full with everything in my tummy that I literally, the appetite has just like decreased slightly. So I'm trying to eat more little and often rather than big meals. And also a random craving this week, which I haven't had a craving for ages, is mango. I've been loving mango. I don't know what it is. I think it's the juiciness of it, like that. It makes me want to like saliva thinking about it. But it's like the juicy taste. And I also think it's like the slimy texture. Is that really gross? Like, there's a lot of things that are juicy out there, like drinking juice, obviously, or eating an orange is juicy, and apples and stuff like that, but it's like the texture of the mango. It's the way it just like slimes. So yeah, that's an interesting one. I also woke up in the night one time this week it must have been like 4 AM and I just wanted to eat ice. I was craving ice. So obviously my body must have been low on something that week to be craving ice, but like crunching on it. I didn't actually get up and have any because I was like, your girl ain't got time for that. She's not getting out of bed. But yeah, just really random things. But week 28 again has been amazing. Feeling the movements has just been insane. Definitely feeling them all up here in the rib cages. We also had a lovely festive day in Laycock, which was beautiful, but the walking around was starting to take its toll on my back. So we did have to like slow it down a little bit. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do during the 3rd trimester. Once Christmas is out the way and my busy time with hair has like calmed down, is all gonna be about just slowing it down, ready, prepping for maternity, prepping for motherhood. But it's easier said than done when you're saying it to a really active person. So we'll see. But yeah, I will read to you about week 28 and then I will flash up a picture of my bump because I'm just filming this like a week or so later. So I just want to make sure you're seeing like the actual true to form dates of the belly. So by 28 weeks, your baby weighs around 1 kilogram and is perfectly formed. The baby's heartbeat can now be heard through a stethoscope. In fact, your partner may even be able to hear it by putting the ear to your abdomen. Baby continues to put on weight more and more as fat appears under the skin. You may have some swelling of your face, hands or feet. This might be caused by water retention, which is normal. Try resting and lifting up your swollen feet to ease it. Be sure to mention any swelling to your midwife or GP so that they can take your blood pressure. I haven't had any swelling. Like I said, I've had a lot of aches and pains, but fingers crossed, touch wood. At the moment, I've not actually had any swelling. And also, I just wanted to say, I haven't actually heard my baby's heartbeat at all during pregnancy. It's one of those things that in the next coming weeks I am going to ask my midwife about, because basically they don't do it as much now because they don't want you to rely on the heartbeat, because 1 minute baby could have a heartbeat and the next minute it couldn't. So they like you to really focus on your movements rather than the heartbeat. But I still find it not very nice that we haven't been able to hear it yet. Like I've seen the baby on the screen, I feel the baby, I'd like to be able to hear it. I just think it's one of those little connections that you have, and especially because we don't know what we're having, it's just any little thing I can have, I would love to. So I think I'm definitely going to bring that up with my next appointment, because from 28 weeks your appointments become every 2 to 3, I think they are. So I've got one coming up very soon. Yeah, it's every like 2 weeks I think from now on, which is crazy. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up for me, and don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. We are on the final stretch, guys. The final stretch, which is mental, absolutely mental. But thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time with another update. Bye.